Undertaking this journey of becoming a primary school teacher has been sparked by my fun and enjoyable experiences as a kid myself in primary school. I look at my mum and it's hard to picture that she had a life before me, like she was a kid too, which got me thinking, what was schooling like in Malaysia in the 1970s compared to my experience of Australian schooling? Through this digital story,
I welcome you to the journey of my schooling experience.
and how different and similar it is to mine 30 years later. My mum was born in Malaysia in a little town called Tumpat, which is an hour drive from its city capital Kelantan. When she was 7 years old in 1970, she began attending her local primary school, Primary English School Tumpat, or otherwise known as PEST. Instead of addressing their schooling year as Year 1, Year 2, Year 3, Year 4 and so on, Malaysians refer to this as Standard 1, 2 and 3, etc. Something that was also different is that since my mum's school was too small to accommodate, or Standard 1 to 6, there was a morning and afternoon session based on the student's standard. Morning sessions were for the older students, while Standard 1, 2 and 3 could have a sleep-in every day as they started school in the afternoons, whereas I went to school from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and had such a big school that this photograph here is only a quarter of our kindergarten to Year 2 playground. The brightest students were rewarded not with a certificate but with the best seats in the classroom, which was under the one big ceiling fan. This was especially rewarding since Malaysia is very hot and humid on almost every day of the year. The classroom seating arrangement was typically 4 students on a squared table. However, in many of my classes, activities were completed on the comfortable and relatively clean floor as opposed to the concrete flooring of my mum's classrooms. So then, the foremost way they learnt English was by listening to and singing English songs, like Oh Susanna, Clementine, and Old MacDonald, which was later performed on stage. In parallels to this, I remember singing along and practicing the song Bingo, which helped with expanding vocabulary and improve my pronunciation. The only subjects taught at my mum's school was maths, English, Malay, and religion. In terms of religion class, they only allowed the teaching of Islam, since Malaysia is a Muslim country. Those who were non-Muslim, including my mother, had free time during religion class. This was similar yet also different to my experience, as we also had free time if we were of non-religious background. However, there was much more than just one religion being offered. That is, we did have Islam, but we also had Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, and Judaism being taught. We also had much more subjects, including some of the subjects my mum learnt, but also sport, art, and dance. In addition, in my mum's school, every student had to wear proper uniform and a school badge was compulsory, which was also similar in my school. After school, my mum and her friends would always play games like hopscotch. They also found crafting paper dolls fun too, while I spent my playtime being hooked on Pokemon. Fast forward to now, we are in 2017 and a lot has changed. This is a photo showing 4 generations. Each and every one of us in this photo has had our own unique schooling experience that, when compared to each other, are so vastly different yet similar in many ways too. And I can only imagine how different and similar yet again our experiences will be compared to the next generations to come.